But we are here, Beyond Gaming is still round of 16. We're doing the second game. Now, I don't think I'm saying the name right, but it's like Ikeniis for the team name. Something like that.
Okay.
And they're up against Team Question Marks here, which is, of course, Musashi, Shire, and Afe. Now, we have seen question marks here before. This is obviously a new team. Just look at the users in the channel, for example. I mean, Godshade, Vaccine, and Zemuli, they're just new accounts, or they're not champion accounts. They're not Titan, they're not starter. So whatever they've bought and whatever is free, that's what they're going to be running with. Looks like Alchemist, Ranid, and Seeker. So we're going to see, the new Seeker in action here, guys. Kind of surprised nobody wanted to just flip out and try out a Grimrock, but yeah, the night is young. We just gotten this started. So we got Musashi with that Harbinger. We got the Shire on the Ranid. And yep, so no Seeker coming out of them this round. Oh, he's waving. How nice. But yeah, round of 16, Beyond Gaming, Cup number 4, guys. Justin TV, Thermal Take, and QPad bringing out all the big names here to the party. And, Semmler, why don't you start us off here, buddy?
Sounds good. Sounds mighty fine. As, to be honest, guys, question marks, highly favored to win this right now. We're going to have to see, what Worm team here can do. Ikeniis, going to have to see, what they can do about it as nice. Illusion gets proc for Zemuli. They're going to allow him to reposition himself, but as he uses Blitz, he is going to be a little bit vulnerable here as, Cold Team deciding to get onto Vaccine, going to lay some nice damage out there with the Silence. Another strike into Shadow Bolt combo onto Zemuli, and Zemuli is going to be taking a lot of pressure, but the Illusion gets proc. That is not the best optimal play out of Shawir, as you do not want to be proccing those Illusions. That allows Seeker, to reposition all he wants, essentially, as Musashi's taking quite a bit of damage right now, and he is getting worked down. Alpha getting caught in a Frost Arrow, but in the meantime, Shawir and just going to work on Godshade and Vaccine. Vaccine one hit from death, and Musashi's there. Johnny on the spot nails him. Zemuli, doing a good job of trying to keep Musashi tied up, but he needs to support his teammates a little bit more. Shawir just having his way, with support from Afe, just allowed to do whatever he wanted, essentially, as he's just going to get chased down here to finish this round up. Who comes out? That's it. But I mean, we didn't see. We saw Seeker actually doing a pretty solid job of just controlling Musashi and not taking too much damage. Of course, he was the last man standing, and he did quite a bit. 12.4 TPS. 561 damage. That's nothing to sneeze at, man. That's something you got to deal with.
And they dealt with it quite well there. One thing I did notice is that Afe only took really a fire arrow. That was the only kind of big damage or pressure that she was able to feel right there. She had her goo up in fairly short order as well, but it was kind of a wasted thing. So we're going to have to see if they're going to switch it up. But look at Zemuli dropping completely right now in this mid. He's just so far low at this point. His hit point's not doing so good. The Illusion is down. The Blitz is down. Zemuli is just going to get destroyed by Shire. And now that's going to be a 2v3 Vaccine and Godshade. We do have an ultimate ready. There we go. Godshade throwing down the goo. It is going to be landing some decent hits here on Shire, but he's going to ultimate right through it, and that's going to pop the Vaccine here in just a moment. Okay, no, it's going to pop the Alchemist first, but there we go. A little bit of a maniacal laugh. Shire and Musashi playing pretty well. But yeah, the Seeker is not doing nearly as bad as people would probably peg him for, because he did just get, pretty decently conked out in the patch notes. The big issue is, like, the double blitzes and the lack of that multi-arrow, because I do remember, like, anyone comes up to you, you just blitz them, multi-arrow them away, hit them with an ice, and then a fire. It's just like, it's very hard to dodge that kind of stuff.
It's very hard, but the thing is, if you can fake the Illusion, if you can get it out of him, he is a sitting duck. Blitz is going to allow him to reposition slightly, but look at this. Afe right now just going to town on him, 40% HP already, and that is not a good way to start this out, as the sleep is missed by Afe, and they're deciding to swap onto Godshade. Barrier is down. Godshade is just wide open right now, and there it is. But Afe is pretty low as well, taking 25 damage from Zemuli, but Zemuli is with the marksmanship. Can he get a kill on him? No, the barrier is there, and he is going to stop a significant amount of damage. Musashi sitting in God mode right now. It's 69 damage to the back. That is it. Get out of here, son. First map is just going to question marks, and really undoubtedly deserving this win, as Afe, took some significant pressure there. But these guys are doing a good job. They're switching onto Zemuli at the start. They're seeing, like, okay, let's get some pressure onto the Seeker. Stop him from getting that early damage, early pressure out there, not letting him set up his zone comfortably. And then as soon as they notice those cooldowns go out, Godshade, prime target, Musashi and Shawir both, just swapping to him hard, get through that barrier, and just doing insanity damage to him, not letting him recover one bit. And after that, it's just a matter of cleaning up, what's left. Vaccine really not showing too strongly in this match.
Well, I mean, I can understand how Vaccine or Zamuli wants to jump up right into the beginning to try to get some shots off before the two melee jump in, but I don't think it's actually working out very well for him because almost within 10 seconds of each round, as soon as these two melees jump on him, he's already down to 40% hit points.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit more of a, a little bit more defensive play should be going down. Godshade, Vaccine, and Zamuli. It doesn't look like it's going to change it up at all. So maybe, yeah, a bit more defensive. They are, chipping away.
We got Grim. We got Grim.
Oh, we do. Afe taking out that Grimrock. Here we go. First Grimrock game of the game, guys.
Oh, this is going to be sick.
Game of the game.
So, Grimrock. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of slacking on this. I don't know all of his ability names by heart yet, so it's going to be kind of tricky doing the commentary for him.
He has
but,
like 3 curses to deal with.
Yeah, he's got like Curse of Silence and Voodoo, and he's got his totem. So like short rundown on Grimrock, if you guys aren't familiar with him, he does have quite a few abilities. He does have that melee damage that comes out at the start there with his lower half, landing not too much significant damage, but what's his strength is the fact that he can combo his abilities together. Like I said before, they have multiple uses. So say you land your R on somebody, you can then hit them with a heal, and they will be stoned for 2 seconds. They will eat incap for 2 seconds. He also has a direct silence that he can cast. So there's that totem right now, and if you're in that totem, you take 40% reduced damage, and you get healed for 4 health a tick, as already Afe doing a good job of keeping the pressure out there, and we already see those curses coming out. Nice peg on the silence on Vaccine. And in the meantime, Musashi just doing a good job. Nether shifts out of that ice arrow, not going to get CC'd at all, and Godshade is just getting collapsed on right now, completely destroyed. We had the Earth Slide come out onto Afe, so he was getting CC'd a little bit, but we have the ulti. Not going to matter at all at this point. Zamuli goes down from the pressure. And another thing, Grimrock, his ultimate is very strong. It's an AoE nuke that you cast. It's kind of like Heroic Charge from Vanguard. The farther away you are from your target, the more damage it will do. So you have a potential, I think, of 40 damage. You could potentially do 40 damage to 3 people if they were grouped up. And on top of it all, it does 50% reduced damage and healing debuff for 6 seconds. 6 seconds in BLC is a lifetime. It's so huge, such a huge ultimate to land. So, if Afe gets the opening he needs to be able to land those, it's going to be pretty dirty.
Yeah, the 6-second thing doesn't sit too well with me either, but we'll have to see, with all the gameplay going down. So right now, Afe, he is doing a lot of that healing, and he will be using the claw attacks as well as the claw spin, which is his R, to get around the place, do a lot of that damage. But the big thing about him is he can consume with his Wicked Blessing the different curses to different effects. He can throw down a silence, he can throw down a stone form, he can do, like an incapacitate, fun stuff like that. So right now he's going to be healing up Musashi. We got Shire jumping around the place. Vaccine and Zamuli, yeah, he's not looking so great right now. Oh, good ice arrow on Musashi. It's not going to matter. Shire comes from the back, and Godshade going to be dropping a little bit as well. Afe just charges over there. No real point. I haven't seen his nether doors coming out.
Yeah, yeah, that is a 6-base ability. It's going to be a lot like Pomp, where you're able to swap. You have so many uses for that ability. You can swap teammates around. You can swap targets in on you. You can use it to port them out. It opens 2 portals, one in front of them and one wherever your cursor is. So the ability to like swap people in, you can drop it under their feet, port them right in front of you, and that sets up some dirty combos. Execute Shadow Bolt to the face, silences, that sort of thing. As well as, if somebody jumps in on you, you can just drop your port in front of you and port them back where they came from. So you got a lot of uses for his space. It's gonna be really interesting to see, how teams decide to use them, and use that kind of ability as already, Vaccine using it to get ported in there, and I like that. The thing is, it's kind of a double-edged blade. Vaccine using it to close distance really quickly with Afe there and land a few free M1s, getting some of that energy up there as Musashi is getting worked over right now. Godshade and Vaccine keeping the pressure up on him. Deadly Injection is out, but he has the Nether Shift, so he's not too worried about it. Zamuli, in the meantime, just trying to keep some pressure onto Afe, but look at this. Godshade collapsed on by all 3 members of Question Marks, and that is not where he wants to be one bit. Both of Worm Team members going down, and it's a 3-1 once again. 3-0 victory. Just convincing win from Question Marks. These guys, man, contenders for the top.
Yeah, Sweethearts have gotten at least to the quarters and sometimes the semis in the rounds that they've been around. They're not a team. Sorry, not Sweethearts. Sorry, Question Marks. Question Marks gotten to the quarters, not Sweethearts. Yeah. But I don't think they've actually made it to the semis. They are a team to be reckoned with, and with a lot of those top contenders now out of the way. I don't know. They could be running for a good stretch here. They do have to worry about Seeking for Perfection, Sweethearts, Team Dignitas, and Blue today. But let's go check out those tournament brackets, see what they've ended up with us here as we're going to move on to the quarterfinals here for the BeyondGaming Cup number 4.